Hey guys, my name is Corey. This is my garden diary. I am a gardener and I practice permaculture. I want to tell you a little story. So 12 years ago, my son, who's my little guy, when we did this, found this property. I live in Central Florida. I'll just tell you right now, I live in Orlando. 3 miles that way I could run and hit downtown area. Okay, so I'm in an urban setting. I have always been a gardener my whole life. And so when we found this property, there was nothing on it at all. It was sand, it was weeds, and it was a dying lime tree back here behind you. And over here in the corner was a little tiny orange tree that gave off a lot of fruit. And every single Christmas, we would do fresh squeezed orange juice on Christmas Day. She has since passed away, so I had to replace her. But the moral of the story is, the first year, my aunt came and visited me and she grew an avocado from seed, a little tree, and she gave it to me as a gift. And I kept that thing in a pot for 6 years. I started another one myself and kept it in a pot for 6 years. And we gardened because I gardened every single year of my life. So I kept gardening, but I was doing it in pots and planters. Because since I was renting, if I needed to leave, I was going to take that stuff with me. I was going to put anything permanent in here. Aunt Rita's tree in somebody else's yard. So on the 6th year, I was given the opportunity to purchase this property. And I did. All by myself. And when I signed those papers, that day I signed those papers, I came home and I planted this avocado tree. And then I planted another one. And then I planted something different. And then I planted something different. And I started creating this environment because it's funny because the word homestead is something I've only heard about for the last 2 years. I never knew that word. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I was a homesteader and didn't even know it. See, I'm downtown Orlando. So the homesteading word, the phrase, that wasn't a thing. Back in the 1900s, I grew up in the 70s. My dad picked us up, took us out 30 miles from the farthest place of town. He built a house with a greenhouse attached to it that actually warmed the house during the summer. And during the spring, we would grow our stars for this huge garden. We had goats. We milked them. We had milk. We had goat milk. That's what we had. We had bees. We made maple syrup every year. Huge gardens. The house was up on top of a hill. And it looked over a lake, which we fished off. I had my own boat. And out in the woods, we had 3 acres, and it backed up against 30 acres, so it felt huge. But we would go out, and we knew how to forage mushrooms and forage foods and knew all the wildlife, everything out there. It was a big deal for him to teach us that. But I didn't know that was a thing. I just thought that's how we lived. And it's kind of nice to know that other people are doing it because I felt like I was the only one at the time. I felt like I was the only one that didn't eat at a grocery store. Like literally, I would go to other people's houses and they would have box things in their pantries, and I was like, what is that? I wasn't allowed that. I was taught that stuff was poison. Anywho's, I live in an urban downtown Central Florida, Orlando area, and when I purchased this house, something inside me knew in the forest, you plant trees and you plant things around the trees, and they all live together like best little friends. So I'm really excited to tell you. Like a couple days ago, I went around this property, and we have 22 different varieties growing on this property right now. And I don't have to come out here and fertilize. I don't have to come out here in the heat, 110-degree weather, and do anything, water anything, nothing. It's all on its own. So let's show you what I got. Let's show you what we have. I'm excited. Take you on a little tour. Let's go. There she is, Aunt Rita's avocados from seed. And she is loaded this year. This one's a different variety, but really large avocados on this one. They're not a Haas, but it's loaded. We're going to be eating these like crazy soon. Papaya, you guys. I have papayas growing all over this property. It feeds my chickens, and they grow super, super fast. I actually went to the grocery store, bought me a papaya, open it up. There's hundreds of seeds, and every single papaya on this property is from that one fruit that I bought. Grow papaya in Florida. It's fast growing. You can move it. You can chop it down if you don't like it there. Grow papaya. This is comfrey, okay? This is the nitrogen fixer I was telling you about. This is my avocado tree, and everybody's happy. I deep mulch all of my trees, and this is bringing up nitrogen, feeding it, so I don't have to. And that right there, I just found, is turmeric. They're all living together, helping each other out. This is one of my handmade trellises. Nothing's on it right now, but I have a Buddha belly, 2 different sets of Buddha belly, and I chop them and I make my own trellis out of them. This is comfrey and 100% sun. You see the difference? Not happy, so I'm going to move her under another tree. The comfrey is awesome. I actually make a salve out of it, and it works wonders for all kinds of things. I actually did a video on that. You should look it up. But I'm going to move her. But that's the difference when you're putting this under a tree and they're helping each other out. They become friends. This peach tree is 2 years old, and I was able to get enough peaches to make jam on it. 2 years old, and I can keep this short, trim it up, keep it short. And she's just so happy right now. Grow yourself a peach tree if you live in the tropics, the subtropics, or somewhere hot. They love it. I have 5 different Barbados cherries growing. So they're young. This one's 2 years old. The other ones are about a year old. But sooner or later, this is going to cover the fence and give us lots and lots of Barbados cherries. Subtropics, heat-loving plants. I got lots of blueberries. These are young. They were dying. But I did the acidic levels, all that stuff, pH balance, all that stuff. And you know what somebody told me one time? They said, let it sit there. They will get used to your property, get used to your soil, and they're coming back. So I have some older, I have some newer ones. You know, for years, you guys, somebody told me once that you could not grow grapes in Florida. But look at this. They're growing. I don't have any grapes this year, but they are growing. Look how pretty that is. This is my grape trellis. I put it in about 2 years ago. It's not the ideal trellis you want, but it's working. They're happy. This is longevity spinach. You can just take a piece of that off and put it anywhere. It's going to grow wild. Longevity spinach. So you don't have to do anything to it. And right next to it, it's living next to a bunch of sweet potatoes. They don't mind the sand. They just grow and grow and grow. And right next to that, I have this new finger lime. It's tiny. They're all growing together, along with that rooster. This is yucca. We've had it here for about a year. And what you do is you eat the root like a potato. So you always have starchy foods when you're not growing potatoes. And then you take it out, you take another piece of the root out, and you plant it again. We have some little ones over here. And they're living, oh, there's another one. They're living right next to a banana. Not in the happiest spot. And this is sugarcane. So sugarcane, banana, yucca, all living together. You can grow your own sugar. just finished blackberry season. We got so much out of this. This is only 4 plants. And pretty soon, it'll be big enough to be a hedge. There's some more flowers right there. 4 plants. These plants cost me $3.98 each at Walmart. And I went the other day and I looked for a container full of blackberries. And that container of blackberries cost $7.99. So you can buy a plant for $3.99, or you can buy a container, a small container, for almost $8. This is pomelo. It's the world's largest grapefruit. They weren't the largest grapefruit last year. They're actually kind of small. There's an old one right there on top. This tree is probably 30, 40 years old. It was here when I got the property. This is one of the only trees that was here. Pomelo. And you eat them in October. Is when they are at their finest. And this tree has given me so many. It looks like it's taking a break this year. I have actually sold them to a fruit and vegetable market. Now, underneath this pomelo is a perfect opportunity to grow something more permanent. Right now, I don't believe I put those there, but it's given it shade, and I can put something there to crawl up this tree and grow, and it can all live together. But look how green and lush. Nobody's unhappy. So there's opportunity to grow food everywhere. Buddha belly bamboo. Look at this. Now, it's not edible, right? But it's giving my garden shade. And you know what I do with these Buddha bellies? I make trellises out of them. I don't have to buy any trellises. I have these man-made trellises out of my garden. Longan. This tree was here. I have 2 of them. There's so much food on this tree right now. And it shades my front kitchen window. But look, it's dripping. I don't need 2 of these trees. I'm actually going to take out the other one who has not been giving me fruit and probably put a plum tree or something, because it's a little tall and I don't want it taking out my electricity. That's my other one right here. And you can see where my electrical is right there. So she got to go. This is prime real estate right here. And I still have this whole front yard I haven't had good luck with to grow more food. This planter was here when the house was built. And look at, it's all sweet potatoes and some weeds, but mostly sweet potatoes. It's food. Tons and tons of food. When you live in the tropics, you gotta have a little tropical flower, right? That's a plumeria. And she's very happy over here. I have a couple different colors in here. Actually, my best friend passed away, and I inherited quite a few of her plants, and this is one of them. And my girlfriend gave me another color too. I think it's a yellow one. Gotta have a little tropic flower here. These are some little finger bananas and some plantains right here. And I put these in front of my house because that room right there is the hottest room in the house. It's going to give us some shade. So everybody's working for a reason. Besides feeding us, you got to plan this stuff out. I have another container blueberry going. She's going really, really good. And there's some comfrey back there underneath this Thai basil, and I'm just letting this Thai basil go crazy because the bees love it. My rainbow tree, I planted this 6 years ago. She's beautiful. Now this is not edible, but it's medicinal. These leaves are all eucalyptus. All eucalyptus leaves. It's one of the fastest growing trees in the world. The one next to it was supposed to be a rainbow tree. I bought it online, and it is not, but it is also eucalyptus as well. So it's medicinal. Ndules. I put these here a year ago. So those are all dried beans. I've gathered so many of these. We have so much food from this tree. I planted 11. I got about 5 left. Lawnmower guys tend to accidentally take them down, but we have so many beans in there. They're also known as a pigeon pea. I let my chickens out today because there's nothing really they can harm. It's the end of the season, so I'm letting them weed for me. It's my chicken operation right here. But let me show you what I found yesterday. Hey, Mama. Look at your babies. We had 4 babies yesterday. 4 babies. You can't see them. They're hiding. You got everything you need? You got your waters? You got your food? You're not going to let me see those babies. There's her other baby that she had. Her daddy is a frizzle. Can you tell? Her daddy is a frizzle. She's only about 6 weeks old, and then she went, there's her little peek. Oh, there you are. 2 black ones, 2 beige ones. But that's a frizzle. They have curly hair. So cute. I planted this 7 months ago just to help shade out this chicken coop a little bit more because there was nothing there. So everybody's helping each other. Bananas. My giant bananas. These have had a hard time because the hurricanes either knock them over. We had a hard freeze this year. They're doing okay. And when one dies, one just pops right back up. So it's shading this chicken coop. And it's giving this coffee some shade. Look at that coffee, y'all. You can grow coffee in Florida. Grow your own coffee. There's so many beans on here. Look at that. So asparagus will last 25 years. I had it in another location, and I thought I wanted to use that location for something else because it was doing so good. So now I'm going to put it back in that location because it's taken a little while to kick off. But once you have it for 25 years, and it will reseed itself, so you're going to constantly get more. And right next to that is ginger. This is all ginger, all growing together. And a random little squash down there not doing well. Grow some asparagus. You don't have to do anything to it. I water it once in a while. This is my not so abundant pink lemon. But look at these guys. Have you ever seen anything like that in a grocery store? And inside of it is pink. When you cut it open, all the juice is pink. Look at that. I'm going to plant more lemon, a different kind. I love having this one, but it has not been very abundant. So I had another type that's nice and bigger and juicier, but I love having this one. I got this little pomegranate. It's 2 feet tall right now. I got 2 of them, and they were about 6 inches 3 months ago. But look at this. This guy. I heavily mulched him, so I haven't even watered him in a while. But look at that. I have a pomegranate flower about to blossom. I don't even think it's strong enough to hold up a pomegranate. And there's another one. And I just saw a 3rd one here. Right there. It's crazy. I'm going to have pomegranates. Grow pomegranates in Florida. And a lot of mulch. Thanks for watching to the end, you guys. I enjoyed bragging about my 7-year adventure here. I'm really, really proud of it. If you liked it, push the like button. If you didn't like it, don't say anything at all. But if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.